And great to have the man himself, the major sponsor of the Women Rugby League here in Auckland. You don't have to come over here, Mike. Mike Farrelly, eh? So, Mike, just a little bit in regards to, how long you've been involved. I mean, it started as a one-day tournament, and we sort of touched on that, and now look where we are.
Yeah, that's right, Troy. This is the 5th season now since we came and mastered if there's a way we could add value to the Auckland Rugby League, and Farrelly Photos became involved in the Women's League. And as you say, it was just a one-day field day at that stage, and look at what we've got now, a 2-tier competition and all the feeder grades you can ask for.
So, mates, in the build-up to today's game and just at the half-time there, we saw a number of, I suppose, assorted team snaps that have taken place over the years. You're not the young brainchild behind this one. I know that there's a couple of legacies and, at least Dad being involved. But how far back does Mike Farrelly Photos goes, and team photos do you think you've taken?
I couldn't count the number of teams. It's over 10,000 a year, and you multiply that out by the 34 years now that I've been doing them since Dad passed, and he was knocking them out from the 1960s, and so. And all that heritage is there, and we're working with a few clubs in their centenary or the 50th anniversary, 60th anniversary years, a couple of clubs, and redoing those archives for them. So it's quite exciting going back through, seeing Dad's old photos again, and some that I'd forgotten too. So.
Now, look, I know that we're just in the middle of the curtain raiser half-time break here. When we get into the build-up of the main game today, we're actually going to get you on screen and talk about, you've got a couple of specials coming up for clubs, offering them team photos. So don't go too far away, viewers. If you're wanting to have professional photos taken of teams, doesn't matter whether they're mini mods, senior grades, international grades, Mike is the man. But Mike, out of all of the photos that you've taken in team rugby league, what's one that stands out for you?
You mean the ones that I weren't in as manager? I guess it was the last team to play on Cornwall Park. We did a big strip photo where they all lined up across in front of the old wooden stand there.
Okay, Cornwall Park or Carlaw Park? Oh, I'm going to have to beat you with a big stick.
That other one, yeah, Carlaw, sorry.
Okay, well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready for kick-off now. The commentary team's coming back in as we get ready to go live. Don't go too far away, like we said. In between the build-up for the main game, we'll be back with Mike Farrelly, major sponsor of Women in League.
Thank you, Troy, and thank you, Mike, as we get back into it. Manurewa kicking off, and a bouncing ball. Well, this was just about going to go dead here. Moru did really well to rescue that one. That was almost a disaster to start the second half here at Jack Colvin Park. And now we've got a player down injured, and I think that might be Shannon Moru. So that's no good, so we'll pan away from that and continue the discussion while Moru is seen to. And we'll bring in Mary now, because Mary, we've had Amber Hall involved in some of our events. I saw she was down presenting awards at the College Rugby League on Wednesday night. Tell us what that's been all about.
Yes, we've had the privilege of working with Amber and Linda Hellislow from Te Whānau Waipareta. I've been running a few events last week, College Rugby League Grand Finals. She was presenting the Winners' Cup to her old school, Auckland Girls Grammar.
Awesome.
She's also been helping out with our primary rugby league tournaments, providing waters, fruits and muesli bars to our kids. So that's been good, promoting good health and hydration.
Yeah, look, and great to see someone like Amber giving back. She's just about the best New Zealand player we've got right now. If you look at what she's done in the NRLW scene, she's become an integral part of that all-conquering Brisbane Broncos NRLW side. And look, Mary, I don't know if you've had a chance to look over the teams, but an expanded NRLW this year. You still think the Brisbane Broncos are probably favourites to run away with it?
Yeah, I've just seen their top 5 marquee signings. It's going to be a tough one to beat them. They've got the 2 best halves in Australia, plus a barnstorming prop, Amber, followed by Millie Boyle, and at the back we've got Tamika Upton.
It's a fair group.
It's a fair group of 5.
Yes, indeed. And, of course, a number of our Kiwi and Auckland girls signed up to the Gold Coast Titans. That was announced, I think, earlier this week. Georgia Hale, who was, I believe, doing some work for the Titans. She's living over there now. Crystal Tamarua joining her as well as we get back into the action. And this is Neta Noosala. Pakal clears the ruck. Come back infield, and this looks like Destiny Tavita. Grabbing across field, Poko links with Molia Fraser. Pakal jumps out, beats the first one, and then a little netball pass out the back. Bartlett now ducking and diving, looking to find a little half gap. You do feel like if they're going to get back into this point, Chev, it's going to need to be off the back of second phase and things like that, because I don't like the chances of winning the middle battle consistently. Pakal now jumps out, dummies and goes herself. Nice and active around that ruck right now to start the second half. Hilda Peters to Poko. Poko plays short to Molly Fraser, who did well to drag it in. Has the chance to offload here. Instead wants a quick play of the ball and will earn a penalty for her team, I think. Okay, so they're going to say knocked on. Molly Fraser not happy about it. Scrum to pack down. It'll be a Manurewa feed. And of course, it's not just Auckland players doing big things in the women's space. Our very own Rochelle Tamarua has been selected as part of the group in line to go to the Rugby League World Cup at the end of the year. A huge achievement for her. And she's worked extremely hard over the last few years to become one of the leading refs, not just in the region, but in the country. And has been justly rewarded with a spot there. So let's hope the world's in decent shape by then and that tournament can go ahead without too many issues as Arakua fights her way through. I dare say she'll be a front runner to be part of the Kiwi Ferns squad, particularly the way she's playing this year as the ball spills loose. Now, I'm not sure how they've got play on out of that. Must have called a strip. I thought it was a knock on, but play on the call. And now we've got a penalty. So back into it now. Kelly Maipi. Stowers. Back towards the sticks. Arakua, the first receiver, gets rid of one, finds an offload. Charging towards the line now and over. Alex Leopepe it is that crashes over. It was Toru Arakua who did much of the damage, but it extends the lead now. After Dark Entertainment, Manurewa Marlins 18. And the Shotgun Rehab Point Chev Pirates 6. Here's the instant replay brought to you by Farrelly Photos. You can see here Arakua gets the offload, and then they've just got the defense unset. And Leopepe, too powerful from close range, crashes over. So big kick coming up here, a chance to take it out to a 3-score lead. Matua steps in. Off the boot. It is good. Manurewa out to a handy 20-6 lead. 45 gone here at Jack Colvin Park. Joining us for round 9 of the Farrelly Photos Women's Premiership, the first of 2 games to come today. Te Aratu versus Ponsonby coming up at 2:30 p.m. Poko gets us back underway. Collected by Arakua, who, well, brought it back, and they were probably lucky with going that low again not to end up bumped off. Stowers. Murray Field. So a dummy half and goes to Fortu Moalo, who's had some classy touches so far. Mau involved in the tackle. Stowers positions herself down the left. Burgess, the double pump into a little half gap now, charging forward, finding an offload. This is nice from Manurewa. Numbers on the outside, stepping back in, and it's another one. Was that grounded? No, says our referee. See if we can catch a little instant replay of that, because they've done all the hard work, Manurewa. Started here, and streaming through the gap was Geneva Weber. Found the offload here. Let's catch the finish. Oh, great call from our man on the spot. And a big shout out as well to the Auckland Rugby League Referees Association. They're always looking for new members, so if you're keen to get involved and help out, we desperately need referees right now. It's a real struggle to cover the games that require a match official. So all the details available on their website. Search the Auckland Rugby League Referees on Facebook, or you can go through the Auckland Rugby League website and find all the details there. Looks like Lily Malmal's picked up a knock here. Great run from Tupaia out of trouble. Quick play of the ball. Point Chev with a bit of momentum here. An offload. Bartlett shakes out of the first one. Now weaving and advancing Point Chevrolet to 30 out from the line. Trailing by 14 points. The Pirates need to start showing something pretty soon if they're going to find their way back into this contest. Well, that's not what they need to show at all. A sloppy pass down low and a knock on. So we'll have a turnover here. There's 48 gone, 49 by the time we pack down the scrum. So Arakua receives off the back of the scrum, shakes through the first one. Arakua powering away through the field. She's breaking tackles for fun right now and is eventually wrapped up by 3. She is having a wow of a game, Toru Arakua. Marlins now shift the ball on. Stepping back in field is Kani. Denied a try just moments ago, and oh dear. I think we might have a little knock-on on the play of the ball, so an unhappy couple of minutes there for Pahukani. Denied a try for a knock-on, and then one in the play of the ball as well. Tupaia. Shuffle the ball out wide now. And, oh dear, popped back in and then hit out by Kirui, who had to make a play at it, really. So Bartlett off the back of the scrum. A bit more heavily involved in the second half, Matty Bartlett. Work the short now, Moru. Carl jumping out and taking point Chev to 40 out from the line. Kani tackling down low. Lily Mau shaking off that earlier knock. Neta Nuasala. Pops a nice offload. It's mishandled, but eventually cleaned up there by Piel. Hilda Peters jumps out of dummy half and instead a move play down the edge. Moru. Tauhalaiku off to top. Oh, lovely stuff from point Chev. Is it okay? We just wait for confirmation. Yes, it is. Referee points to the spot, and I think it is Lavinia Tauhalaiku who has scored the try. Lovely interchange of passing, which we'll get a good look at here on the Farrelly Photos instant replay. See here, Shannon Moru does nicely, sums it up. Breaks through the first one. I thought she was going to get there herself. Chucks the ball over the top and then removed the need for the athletic finish. A little basketball pass back in. And Mary Point Chevalier all of a sudden looking a little bit more lively, and a nice try there to hit back.
Yes, they've spread the ball quite nicely on that right edge. Like I said, you'd watch out for Lavinia Tauhalaliku. She's good at breaking the line and drawing people in, and that's what she's done in this instance.
So good stuff from Point Chevalier, hitting back, and Poco, I think it is, to attempt the conversion. Oh, off the crossbar. So score remains after dark entertainment. Manurewa Marlins 20. Shotgun Rehab. Point Chevalier Pirates 10. We've got a ball game on our hands though as the clock strikes 54 minutes here at Jack Colvin Park. Poco fields it. And Lily Mau winds up. Look out. Crystal Stowers did very well to tackle down low. Quick play of the ball though. Point Chevalier, they've got a spring in their step right now. And a penalty, this will help. So in the end, they'll tap and go. Mau. Another good carry there from Lily. Coming into her own in this stint as Bartlett goes to Poco. Vailea lurking out wide there. Poko, they'll work the short. Moru holds it up. They're into space again, and it's another Point Chevalier try. And it is Lavinia Tauhalaiku who scores her second in the space of about 3 minutes. Point Chevalier up to 14 points. It's a one-score game with a kick to come. Lovely stuff here on the Farrelly Photos instant replay. It's Shannon Moru and Poko who are doing all the setting up, but nicely finished by Tauhalaliku, who Mary touched on in the build-up. But Mary, all of a sudden, Point Chev look like a different team.
Yeah, they definitely do. Looks like they've got a second wind here, coming up with some good plays on that right edge. Efforts on effort from the girls, chasing that try.
So, Shannon Moru and Poko it is who are operating down that edge. And just off screen while the kick has been taken, looks like Neta Nuasala is down receiving some treatment. She's limping back, but that left leg is heavily strapped. That's not what they need right now as they threaten a comeback, Point Chevalier. Last one off the crossbar, almost an identical kicking spot for Chante Poko. This one is going to be well short and away to the right, so it'll be After Dark Entertainment, Manurewa Marlins 20, Shotgun Rehab, Point Chevalier Pirates 14. Back to halfway we go to restart the game. I'm told Poko still living down in Canterbury. She flies up for selected games throughout the year. Such a classy playmaker. Remember when she burst onto the scene? She was certainly a breath of fresh air with the way she was able to read a game and her kicking game, which is second to none. There's no doubting that. Accomplished player in the 15-person game as well. So Rewa get us back underway. Huge set here for Point Chevalier. They need a good set. And most importantly, they just can't have an error here. And need to make Manurewa again work it out, because you just feel like the morale's a little bit down right now for Manurewa, and Point Chevalier need to keep the foot down. That doesn't mean scoring points every set, but it does mean building on what you're working towards here. As Bartlett is taking down Lily Mau Mau. She's been key in the second half comeback, and again takes plenty with her. That's a strip. Yes, it is. So Poko is going to tap and go. Interesting that they're not opting to kick for touch here. We know Poko's got the boot on her. McCarty. Peters back to Lily Mau Mau. Gets rid of the first line. Goes again and is taken down by Stowers. Hilda Peters has become the dummy half now again. This right edge, Moru Tauhalaliku. She is having a field day on that right edge all of a sudden. Pretty quiet in the first half, but she's come to life now. 2 tries already. Here's another of the try scorers, Alice Vailea. They're 25 out from the line now, the Pirates. The game an hour old. Poko comes back through the middle of the park this time. Looming in support and back to Hilda Peters. Peters will run it around under the posts. And in a minute's time, we're going to have a tied ball game here at Jack Colvin Park. Let's take a look here on the Farrelly Photos instant replay. Again, the damage is done down the right edge. Poko with the no-look pass back in field to Capri Paikal. And then from here, just had to draw the fullback. Great support play from Hilda Peters, who runs it in under the posts. Well, and truly a game of 2 halves so far here in Te Aratu. And you can just feel the enthusiasm. This Point Chevalier team right now, they're excited. So change of kicker. Vialia to attempt this one from in front. Vialia steps in, flags go up, 20 points apiece. Peters to Bartlett. Bartlett lifted up and manages to remain on her feet. Well, it's probably lucky not to be a penalty there. They need to keep the pace of the game going here. Point Chev, they got back into this off their quick play of the balls, which opened up some space on the edges. Need to keep that enthusiasm going as Lily Mau. That's what we're talking about. Another great carry from Lily. Former Otahuhu star. Poko down this edge again. This time she'll kick. Ball sitting up. And will drift over the sideline, but that is a fantastic set after points. And Point Chevalier will be happy with that. So Burgess will feed the scrum. First time Manurewa have had the ball in quite some time. Good first carry. Kani. MJ Finau with a good carry out of trouble. They're up over halfway now. Manurewa and a chance building down this left-hand side. Kani into space. Cover coming across here for Point Chev. Moru pulls off a great tackle. Still charging towards the line here. Oh, dear. Too easy. Geneva Weber comes off a long-range break from Kani, and in the end, she walked it in. Point Chevalier will be gutted with that after all their hard work, but this is nice stuff here. Just determined run from Geneva Weber. It was Chante Poko who missed the tackle. Matua steps in. And it's well and truly away. After dark entertainment, Manurewa Marlins back in front, 24-20 over the Shotgun Rehab Point Chevalier Pirates. Good kick down to the corner, scooped up by Tautari, and then to Arakua. Play the ball's a mess of bodies. Arakua having a chuckle. Kani to Stowers. Good run, Crystal Stowers. Matua launches one to the sky. Real tester on here at the back for Muru, who misses it first time and then is able to watch it go dead. But did she touch it on that first play? She did. So we've got a dropout coming up. 6 more for the Manurewa Marlins. Stowers. Kani looks out and comes back infield. A wall of green there to meet her though. Game hanging on the balance right now as we enter the final 11.5 minutes. Kani swings it out the back to Arakua and there's a drop in there. So the play breaks down, and as we wait for the scrum to pack, we might just go to Mary and get a little bit of update of what's happening in the coaching and development department with her space. Mary, much happening in the school stuff? I know you've been out and about in various schools in the afternoons running different clinics. Tell us what that's been all about.
Yeah, we're currently running school programs, game changers after school, 3 to 4 p.m. That's where we come in and deliver sessions with a group of 30 kids, not just the oval ball. We've got every other sport ball involved in that program. Also running tried out days for schools who are looking to have a taste of our rugby league. Happy to do that, so if you're keen, send me an email.
There you go, mary.p@aucklandleague.co.nz if you want to get involved or want to get your school involved. Point Chevalier now working the ball out from inside their own end. This is McCarty. Peters. They'll be so disappointed, Point Chev. They fought their way back in and then leaked that soft try to fall behind again as Poco looks to the skies. It's got no depth on it. And it's dropped. This will be 7 to play with here for Manurewa. They might not need it though. Streaking free and running away now is NJ Finau, who's dragged down, and there's a error in the play of the ball, says our man in the middle. Quality just starting to drop off a little bit in this contest. The drop ball starting to creep in. So Point Chev back into it. Tupaia. Neta Nuasala. Nuasala through the first line, driving those legs. They're 35 out. Peters to Poko. Look out, the right edge assault coming again now for Point Chevalier as they kick in behind. Decision to make here for Manurewa. Oh, the chase was staggered. It was no good from Point Chev. And Bakani. Rewa muscling up. Carney now with a little half-break through the middle. Good scramble from Point Chev to get there. They smack bam on halfway. They're swinging out the back. Matua puts boot to ball. It's a high one. Chase is pretty good as well. Arakua leading the charge, but it will bounce out and over the sideline. So scrum to pack down. It'll be a Point Chevalier ball. And as we wait for that to happen, we'll come back to Mary now. Mary, I understand there's a couple of teams heading down for the girls to Rotorua next weekend. Tell us what that's about and what age groups are involved.
Yeah, we've had the opportunity come up to participate in the Northland District competition. 13 aside, we've got 2 teams, under 15s and under 17s, coached by Tisha Leka and I believe Ake Michaels. Be a good contest because we're playing 13 aside at that tournament, so be good for the girls to get a hit out next weekend.
Yeah, good stuff. Of course, the girls usually playing 9-a-side through the club comps there, and there'll be players, I'm assuming, from right across the clubs, different players from across the grades.
Yes, different players from across the grades. This is our Auckland rep team, so they're not essentially Vulcans. They're the best of the best that we have in our competition at the moment.
There you go. Awesome to see that female pathway continuing to evolve, and kudos to Mary and the team at the Auckland Rugby League for the work that's going on there. I know there's a female strategy being worked through right now. It's great to see those opportunities coming up, and it's not just about the players, it's about the team staff as well. 2 female coaches involved in that by the sounds of it as well, which is awesome. Point Chev now rucking this ball out. Mau, Lily Mau, shakes 3 of the first one. Peters is looming in support. Ball goes in over the top. Now the chase is on, but it's going to come back for a forward pass. Mau can't believe it. Oh, they've done all the hard stuff, but the pass probably just came a fraction too late. Have a look here now. What a carry from Lily Mau. She's had a wow of a game. And well, credit to Amber Carney for the way that she shut down the angle there, but there's an opportunity that goes begging, and if Point Chev do end up going down here, we'll look back on that moment as a key one. Matua. Arakua has been among the Marlins' best. Murray Field to Stowers. Speaking of among the Marlins' best, Crystal Stowers has gone all day. Fantastic in the middle of the park for them. Try to just about end it here and hand Manurewa the victory and ensure that they remain undefeated this year. Wrap around, option on the right-hand side. Kirui comes back in field. Offload. Arakua centralising, gets rid of one. Arakua taken down in front of the SAS uprights. Murray Field to Matua. Matua looping ball over the top. Kirui's got a hat-trick. Lexi Kirui scores her 3rd. And that will just about do it here. That's going to see Manurewa to victory, you would think. Again, the hard work was done through the middle, the likes of Arakua. And then just nicely summed up, Kiri Matua's had a great game as well. She has taken the right option more often than not today. Beautiful ball to put her winger away here. And then Kirui just had to beat the cover coming across. Atua stepping in. And not, that one is away to the right and short. But I don't think it's going to matter here. Manurewa well in control now as we enter the final couple of minutes. Of course, for some of these ladies, they'll be racing across town to watch the development team for the Marlins. 2 women's teams, which I would think would be just about a first in Auckland League history. So well done to Manurewa. Of course, they've got a fantastic women's program they're running there. Troy and I headed out there at the start of the year to catch up with them, and Troy will bring you in here. It was wonderful to see not only the numbers that they had out there, but great to see some of the Kiwi Ferns and older girls mentoring the next generation.
Yeah, absolutely. And we caught up with Crystal Stowers on the day, and she's certainly impressed, you know, coming back from, you know, managing a pretty serious disease or, you know, health issue that she had. And she's worked massively today and had big minutes out there, and certainly made her impact on the field as Point Chevalier try to grasp the last couple of minutes of a comeback here. Over to you, Corey.
Well, and they might just get one here as Tauhalaliku steps through and scores from the short kickoff. So we thought it might just about be over, but perhaps not. They need to take this conversion quickly.
Rapidly, yeah. By the time we watch the action replay here, they would have teed up. I would have thought they had a good crack at it because they got less than a couple of minutes.
Class above out in the centres today, Lavinia. So the kick has missed in the background. Thank you to Mike Farrelly, my conversion spotter on that one. So 4 points the gap. Manurewa will take an age to get back and kick this off, I'm sure. That's what I'd be doing. So back to it we go, and looks like we missaw the conversion attempt, so apparently it was successful. So 26 to 28, doesn't really matter. They're going to need a try probably to do anything here, Point Chev, and by our count this will be the last set of the game. And what's the call here? That's all she wrote. After dark entertainment, Manurewa Marlins maintain their undefeated record. 28 to 26 over the shotgun rehab Point Chevalier Pirates. A great game to kick off our coverage here at Jack Colvin Park. Short break for us. We may hear from Mike Farrelly in between games before we get underway with Te Aratu versus Ponsonby.
So I'll just chat around this.